everybody, welcome to this edition of Dave Rabbit at the Movies. This particular review show is dedicated to the thousands of men and women who serve our country every single day, stand a post and say, nothing's going to happen to you on my watch. So this is to them. Thank you so much for your service to our country and everything that you do for each of us to make us safe and our homes secure. Now, let's get to the review show. Carriers the movie. Absolutely have been dying for this movie to come out, and the reason is because of Chris Pine. You might remember Chris Pine from the new franchise of Star Trek. He plays Captain Kirk, and ever since I saw this guy in Star Trek, I have been a Chris Pine fan. And once I was looking ahead and seeing what movies were coming out and whatever, and saw that Chris Pine's name was attached to this, I said, this is a movie I have got to see. I watched this movie on the Critic copy DVD yesterday. I was having lunch, as a matter of fact. I watched it during the day. And I got to tell you, I almost knocked my TV tray over a half a dozen times when it got to certain scenes. Not going to tell you, but there are some creepy moments in this movie that make you just want to scream at the top of your lungs like a little girl. I'm telling you, it is a fun movie. I love suspenseful movies. I like sci-fi. You know, everybody that knows anything about me knows that I like the dark and the macabre kind of movie, you know, but I also like the movie to be entertaining and something that I want to sit there and just go, wow, that was a great movie when you walk out. Now, I tell you what I'm really looking forward to is when it comes out on September 4th, 2009. And I'll tell you why I really enjoy seeing it in a big theater, even though I've already seen it, know what's coming up and all the other stuff. You might hearken back to Jurassic Park days. Now, I remember when Jurassic Park first came out, I took my kids to go see it. We're sitting there in the theater, we're watching Jurassic Park, and you know, it's a pretty intense movie with the, you know, the T-Rex and all the other stuff. But the one scene to where they go to the power plant, and they're trying to sneak around, trying to figure out how to cut the power off so what's-his-name doesn't get electrocuted, you know, and all of a sudden, here is this person standing, I can't remember if it's a chick or a guy, but I think it's a chick. Anyway, she's standing there, and all of a sudden, this Velociraptor head comes through the electrical panel or whatever. I'm telling you, I had popcorn and a drink. I threw it 19 rows behind me. Scared the living crap out of me. Now, what's funny is I absolutely love being scared like that. So the next day, I took my kids again to see the movie. We didn't really care about seeing the movie again. We just wanted to sit there knowing what was coming up and watch people's reaction. And it was a hilarious deal to sit there, you know, knowing that these people were going to be jumping out of their seats and whatever. And I'm telling you, they did not disappoint. So I guarantee you, September 4th, when this sucker comes out on the big screen, Dave's going to be there with his popcorn and his Coke, and I am going to sit there and watch these people get the living hell scared out of them because it's that intense of a movie. I'm telling you, Paramount Vantage and the Pastor Brothers, you know, they really did a first-class job on this. It is a great, fun ride. Now, you might want to go to the website. It's carriersmovie.com. Now, basically, the premise of this movie is that we're in a time to where there's viral infection going out. Now, I know some of you are going to sit there and say, well, you know, Dave, there's so many movies that, you know, had to do with viruses and all this other stuff. And there has been a buttload of them over the last couple of years. And every one of them, you know, was good to a degree. But it did not have the depth. It did not have the impact that this movie had on me personally. I mean, I absolutely bought it hook, line, and sinker, and with all the crazy stuff going along around the world, you know, it was something that really made me think, how would I react? You know, the premise is there's 4 people going across the country here for over a 4-day period of time. Chris Pine plays one of the brothers, and there's some other good young actors that's also involved in this entourage of acting group. And, you know, they basically go across the country. They're going across the desert, basically. And, you know, they try to sit there and avoid people that have this viral infection. Because once you get the infection, man, you were up a creek without a paddle. So I mean, there's a lot of tenseness involved. But you know, the thing I really like most about this movie is the fact that you put yourself in the position to where you say to yourself, what would I do in that situation? You know, how dark a path would I go for self-preservation? And that's the thing I love about this movie, and I think the Pastor Brothers have done a marvelous job. Paramount Advantage has done just a marvelous job on what they've done with it and their promotion of it, whatever. And obviously, I'm a huge Chris Pine fan, so that makes it even more impressive for me. Okay, if you don't know anything about Carriers, let's take a look at the latest trailer that's come out right now.
Hey guys!
Alright, when is everybody?
My daughter and I, we ran out of gas.
I'm sorry we can't help you. Now move your car. Do not get any closer.
Guys! She's got it. They'll die out there.
Everyone dies.
The rules are simple. Number 1, avoid populated areas at all costs.
Where are you taking us?
I'm taking us to safety.
It's an old motel. Place has been abandoned for years.
Number 2, if you come into contact with other people, assume they have it.
Stay where you are!
Number 3, the virus can survive on surfaces for up to 24 hours. Never touch anything that's not disinfected.
You're gonna be okay!
And the last rule,
What happened?
Nothing.
take what you need
Get up.
and never look back.
Brian, do not do this! Leave me here.
You break the rules, you die. You follow them, you live. Maybe.
Brian?
You killed them! Somebody had to do it. Was it gonna be you, Danny? Back off! Back off!
We're not infected.
He's got it, doesn't he?
I'm not gonna end up like him.
What's going on? Brian, help!
Okay, everybody, that's it for another Dave Rabbit at the Movies. Again, want to thank all the men and women in the military around the world that help us and protect us and stand opposed and make everything okay back at home. You know, I mean, you guys make so many sacrifices of your own personal families and friends and whatever, and I just can't thank you enough for your service. I rate this movie absolutely 4 rabbits up as far as entertainment value and just the enjoyment factor. I guarantee you, you are going to love this movie. If you like scary movies, if you like mystery and tense things in a movie, you are going to love Carriers. So until next time, this is Dave Rabbit. Peace and love, everybody, and I'll see you next time at the movies.